Hey strangers, welcome back to another episode of my Flosstube channel. My name is Janine, my pronouns are she, they, and I come to you from the lands of the Awabakal people here in Newcastle, Australia. It is a Sunday today. I am super excited to share with you my many updates. I have quite a diverse range of things today to share with you. I've got some projects that I finished and fully finished really that I've gifted away. So I'm going to have to insert some videos into the video today so you can actually see what I've done with them as they've now gone to their new homes. I have some just regular finishes to add to my bag of finishes because I don't know what I want to do with half of them, which I know I'm not alone with. So I also have a couple of whips and some new starts to share with y'all, and I really look forward to spending the next couple of minutes together. So I guess relax, make a cup of tea. I have a cup of tea here so I can quench my thirst because talking is hard. So I think I'm just gonna sprinkle the finishes and the fully finishes because they're about, just so I've got some stuff to show you now in person through a screen versus the videos that and photos I've taken of them in the last few weeks. So I guess in terms of my first, I'm just going to go down a list. I'm going to be looking down. I've got some notes here on my iPad, and I'm going to just glance down every now and then to find what I'm looking for, give you the info, and then hopefully this will be as smooth sailing as we'd hoped. So, all right. The first finish, not a fully finish, that I have to show you was a pattern that is called Femininomenon, and it is by a Etsy artist / I guess Instagram, ParmaVilletta. So this is what the pattern looked like the last time I showed it to you, and from memory I had only sort of just started like a corner, and it was like maybe 6 letters of the top and the bottom section of the pattern, and I started it on the 28th of the 11th 24, and I finished this one on the 27th of the 12th, so just about a month, and this is the finished product. Hopefully I can get out of the road so it focuses. Amazing. So this is stitched on 32 count Lugana, fabric of the month called Nebula. It was stitched 2/2 by PaddockLaneDesigns. So everything color-wise was called for, except what did I do? The kind of darkness around the sparkles was, I did an étoile. I think it was 3799. And then the other sparkles was with a nightmare to stitch. And that was light effects? I think that's what they're called. That's what I did. I started with light effects here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the sort of real shift. I started with light effects here and I hated it. So what I did was then switch to a petite treasure braid because that was much easier to stitch. So that's it done. I will probably add it and put it somewhere with my other Chapel Roan finish. But I can't tell you what I feel like and how I would fully finish this. I'm thinking my office at work or my desk, it'd be kind of cool to sort of put it up like there on the wall. But who knows? I will decide it later on. So that's my first finish. My second finish is a pattern I don't have, and it is called Monogram with Roses, and it's by Crazy Bee Patterns on Etsy. So I started this, and it was a Secret Santa gift for the person I got a Secret Santa, who stumbled upon this Flosstube and is now subscribed. Thanks, Jordan. It was for them, and I've just taken a little video of the finish that I'll insert in here. So everything's stitched called for, and it took me about a day, from the 9th of November to the 10th of November, and I believe we had our Secret Santa Christmas party around then for work. So this is it. What can I tell you about this? It was stitched on a 32 count fabric of the month again by PaddockLaneDesigns, and I think it was called like Stormy or something like that. It was one of my most favorite fabric of the month, and I really wish I knew what it was called because I would order much more of it. The fully finished that you can see on the end, like the back, was kind of like it's only a foam board, and you can like interchange the fabric. I think I just attached it with like double-sided tape or something. And the fabric I had found at a little sort of fabric / candles store, I don't know what to call it, up in a little small town that I do outreach to for work, called Musselbrook. So I ducked up there, and as soon as I found out they sell this really great quality fabric, and it's nothing like you'll find at Spotlight, and I buy little fat quarters, and because I'm not a quilter or anything like that, I just thought it'd be perfect to kind of finish little smalls. So I've got a few other fabrics that I got for them that I actually have ideas to finish the Pink Pony Club that I'm sort of pointing at here, that I finished last video. So we'll see if I ever get to it. But yeah, that's where I've got the fabric from. And they're called Finders Keepers, I think. If I find it and remember it, if anyone's interested, I can put a link in the description box. But that was where I got the back of that from. All right, 2 down. The next finish that I have was, I'm going to show it's two finishes because they're on just like a scrap bit of fabric. So I have both, and I believe this is 32 or 28 count, very me. And there were Christmas finishes that I started and finished around the time of the Jingle Ball last year. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you know what the Jingle Ball is. I'm just going to, rather than explain it like I've seen other people do in videos, which again, their prerogative, please do. I'm just going to assume you know what it is. And if you don't, then Google's there. If not, post a comment and I'm happy to share or link it or whatever. But I don't feel like I need to explain it again. So the Jingle Ball, attended last year online. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In Australia, Saturday, Sunday, half of Monday. Anyway, I bought, they're pretty much, one's from the ornament book and the other is just a freebie. The patterns I've stitched are both Hello-from-LizMatthews. And the first I'll show you that I finished was the Holly freebie. And I didn't stitch any of it called for, I don't think. I think I just saw what I had in stash and just went from there. So this is Holly freebie. And I just stitched it and did a little 24 because that's when I did it. 2/2, and it was very quick. I started it 8th of December and finished it that day, I believe. So that's that. Don't know what to do with it. Who knows? The other little ornament that I finished was also by Hello-from-LizMatthews. Same fabric, it's just on the other side of it. And this is what was in the ornament book. So this is hers, called Winter Greeting. And I started this, I think the day before actually, the 7th of December. I think I stitched all of this called for, but I didn't track it as well as I would have thought. So these backstitching was so frustrating, mainly because I am not patient enough to do it like square by square, or whatever you would call it, stitch by stitch. Sometimes I try and skip a lot and couch and do things like that. But anyway, this was really fun. I bought a great like finishing supplies from Number 12 Stitch Co. That's like a red velvet back for this, and it's like tinsel trim. It's super cool. But it arrived, and then in true Janine fashion, I thought, screw this. I don't want to fully finish something. I want to just start something else. So I haven't gotten to it yet. And that's that story. All right. My next fully finish is, I'll insert a photo here. It is a combination, like my partner requested or asked me if I could make something as like a gift, a gag gift for a friend. And it's like a combination of two patterns that I found. So it's a combination of a Manhattan like alcoholic beverage pattern from So Marie Studio on Etsy, which is the glass that you'll see in the photo here. And then the words are by a Etsy store called OfLiteraryNature. So they have some inside joke that I was not there, was not a part of, but this was quite a little fun stitch. So I stitched everything called for, and on 32 count, Cockatiel by PaddockLaneDesigns, and again it was a fabric of the month. So the photo that I've inserted is not how I fully finished it, but I realized I didn't take a photo of it, so I actually just had my partner send me the photo, or send me the most recent photo that they had of it, and that's where I got this from. So I apologize, it's not scented or anything, but that's the other fully finished, and I just finished it in a hoop with like the like geometric spiraling back. I don't know how to word it, and that was it. All right. So the last finish that I have was my Sakura by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Beading is done. Stitching is done. I ironed it. It has been hanging up in my spare room wardrobe, waiting for me to frame, and it'll probably just get added to the other Autumn Lane Stitchery finishes that I have, the Dark Queen of the Earth and the Dark Queen of the Sea, because I think I want to kind of get a similar frame for each, so it's sort of like a consistent matchy match sort of vibe, if you will. So I can't wait to show you. This is where it was last time you saw it, and you'll see that it was pretty much the main, like, I guess, right side of the ribbon that needed to be done. So anyway, we are done. We are done. This was one of the biggest headache projects of my life, because I kept miscounting over and over and over again. It would come out to play and I would put it in the sin bin, and it would come out to play and I would unstitch or frog heaps of things, and then it would come in the sin bin because I've made mistakes. Now, there are many mistakes still scattered through this, but do you know what? We make it work, and the only person that knows that is me, and I suppose now you folks know as well, but I can't even tell you where they were. So everything is stitched called for. The only thing I think was different was I started stitching the back stitching in the silk ribbons in a petite treasure braid, and then I think I started stitching it in the wrong one, so I had to find the other one, or the correct one, because I had it in my stash for so long that I couldn't find it. And then when I found it, I was just like, I'm not unpicking this, I will just deal with it. There is beading mainly up the top here, so from this part here, and then there's like a little treasure, I I think they're called treasure beads, yeah. And then there's beading here too. So I started stitching this, I'm gonna guess, I think it was like 2022. And I finished this on the 26th, the Boxing Day, 26th of December 24. Stitched 2/2, 28 count Lugana, and it was a fabric Friday night fight night from BeStitchMe. So it's not named, but it says 452. I can finally take this tag off, but I won't. It is an opalescent fabric. It's very, very sparkly. And it is done. One of the reasons, if you indulge me for a moment, one of the reasons I wanted to stitch this is I have such a deep connection to Japanese culture, mainly because of my background in karate. So for those who don't know, which is not very many people, is I've been training Kyokushin karate since I was 7 years old, so in 2003. And I have trained pretty much throughout my entire life. And been to Kyoto and was able to immerse myself in the culture and visit the founder's burial site and pay my respects and train up in there at Japan as well. And it's got such a connection to my heart. And that's one of the reasons that I've been so persistent in stitching this project, despite the numerous hurdles that I've had to jump over. So the culture there, not all of it, because there's still some progressive, or I should say conservative views that are still unfortunately there, but the culture and particularly the karate and the mindfulness aspect, and that the self-discipline and just the strength that you can sort of develop from training, that's why I guess I wanted to persist so much. And that's pretty much the story of why I stitch Japanese projects here and there. So same as my chatelaine that I haven't touched in a while. So maybe my whip parade I will show you. Same as my chatelaine, the Japanese one. That's why I'm kind of wanting to continue working towards it, is for that connection to me and my life, childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, and I'm turning 30 this year. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. But anyway, that is my finishes. So what am I going to show you next? I think the order of things is usually whips. So I have 1, 2, 3 whips to show you. Geez, I've had a lot more progress than I thought, but it has been a while since I have recorded and posted a video, because it is a lot of effort sitting there preparing, finding where you've stashed the stuff that you've finished, finding the photos, taking photos. It is something like I'd like to get a bit more organized, but you know, I'm studying another master's degree this year because I don't know how to sit still. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, works in progress. I digress. So this next project hasn't come out, I think, in about 2 years, but I made it, it was on my Whip Go board. So, and it was to get the project to 15%. So this was a project that I started in 2023 in May, and it is the Morrigan by Carolyn Designs. So this is what the project looks like finished, and the colors are just marvelous. This is where you saw it last time I showed it to you, which I think, to be fair, was my whip parade, like my floss tube, my second floss tube. Anyway, this is where it is up to now. I'm just going to take it out of the Q snap because that was one of my most recent projects that I was working on. So if I get all statistics on you, because what can I say? I'm a nerd. I've done 6,181 stitches and it's 16.6% complete. So this is where it is at now. I believe, so that I've got a page finish. So 15% and a page finish were I think it was my Whip Go goal. It was either 15 or it was a page. I think it was 15. And the page itself, I think, stops where that parked thread is. Yeah. So I love the colors in this pattern, but boy, do I get bored. I don't know, I find the block fractionals and not fractionals, the geometrics very soothing and irritating at the same time. I think I get a bit annoyed at the color changes so often, but I guess that's what I get for stitching a Carolyn Manning, because that is the nature of the pattern. So it's on a 28 count, 2/2 even weave. In hindsight, if I was to redo this, which I'm not, I think I would actually put it on a colored fabric. I know it's a full coverage, so you won't necessarily see it, but I think it would have been really nice, like on a darker, just for when I eventually frame it or whatever I decide to do with it. There was an idea of taking Frizzy Lizzie Stitches' idea and putting it as like a die, sort of in like a shadow box, but it's going to be huge, so it probably wouldn't fit for this project. Maybe if I do one of Carolyn Manning's smaller ones, although this one might be enough, who knows. We'll watch this space. I'm not going to, you know, put myself in any necessary plans. So yeah, in hindsight I would do it darker, but I'm not gonna restart it. So I'm gonna, I think, continually just chip away at it. Maybe I don't know, do a little like 4 square diamond or something. I guess, for example, like the corner there, just do 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, the lighting is here is getting dark as well. 1, 2. I should stop looking. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the diamonds, and then maybe I just work through that every week or something. But otherwise, participating in the Manning May sale again this May. I might as well just bring it back out and see what I can do on it. I haven't actually filled my Whip Go board in completely. It just, I've set the numbers and I've set some of the projects, and I think what I'm going to do is, if a number's caught and I haven't filled the square up with a project idea or whatever, I'm just going to put this in there. So chip away at it. But that's the Morrigan. The next whip that I have to show you is Teenie Weenie by Plum Street Samplers. Still haven't finished this, mainly because I'm really not liking the colors of the thread. I know it's a gift for somebody, but at the same time I'm finding it really challenging because I don't personally like how it's coming out. So it's stitched cold for. This is what it looks like when it's finished. This is where you saw it last. So I'm stitching it 1/1 on 40 count die spot, like that I bought at the Daisy Chain Retreat the first year from number 12 Stitch Co. I started this on the 6th of October 2024, and this is where I'm up to now. So what I've done is pretty much color in, I think it's this part of the sausage dog here. But I'm just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, there we go, get it centered a little bit more. I hope that's focusing. It's just not doing it for me. I'm finding that it's, the over-dyed threads, it's actually showing up much darker on the screen than it is in person. And the fabric itself is like purple, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really struggling, and I'm so close to finishing. Like, I just have the rest of this sausage dog to go here, and then just some motifs here and coloring in this other sausage here. And then she's done. But I can't. I'll get there. I know I will, because it's a gift and the person knows something's coming. It'll get done. It'll just be when. It will be the answer, or I guess the big question. All right, you're bearing with me. I appreciate your patience. The next whip that I have to show you is Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. This is where you saw it last time. No, sorry, this is what it looks like when it's finished. This is where you saw it last time. And this is where I'm up to now. Now, I didn't achieve my goal in finishing the border, but the project is 51.94% complete, which is over 10,000 stitches. I'm really close. I think it goes this way. Oh, this fabric, every time. This is stitched 2/2 on a 32 count Autumn Beached by number 12 Stitch Co. I have converted the border. Everything is stitch called for except the darker color, which is 3371. So my goal initially was to finish coloring in, stitching the whole border. As you can see, I've only got this part and this part left. So I'm pretty close, and then I can start working on the center motifs. But it would have been done, I just want to say, but I ran out of Dragonfly by Gentle Arts, and I didn't want to make an order just for that. I wanted to kind of collect some other other threads that I needed and make a list, I guess, to make my purchase of shipping worth it. So I did that, and it's here, and it would just be me sitting down and actually finishing it now. So I cannot wait, because yeah, it's halfway done, and it would be cool to at least finish the border by end of February, let's say that. Oh, and the needle minder is from the Daisy Chain Stitchery retreat last year. I wish it stops focusing on me. If it's gonna focus. Don't think it's gonna be my friend right now. Anyway, it's by the Daisy Chain Stitchery and Ginger Stitch AU. I don't think that's gonna focus. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying a new filming setup and I don't know if I like it. We'll see how this video turns out. Okay, the last two things I have to show you are both new starts. So the first one I have to show you is it's called Sweetheart Pocket by Blackbird Designs. This is the pattern here. I purchased this as a kit from, come on, focus. There we go. Purchased this as a kit from number 12 Stitch Co. 2023 Valentine's Day. 2023 or 2024 Valentine's Day? A Valentine's Day. And it came with like a chain. It came with the bric-a-brac. Is that what that's called? Came with the fabric, and it's all from Nicola. So I got a 36 count, and I'm stitching 2/2. So because it's two different fabrics, I'll just show you, I'm counting it as one new start. So this is what the pattern, well, you'll see, this is what it looks like when it's finished. I'm actually just going to insert a photo because that's easier, trying to focus. So this is the bottom part section that I've done so far. And it's stitched, I think it's with the called for threads. And I can't comment on the fabric name. I will have to, if you would like to know, just ask me. But it's a number 12 Stitch Co die. And then the top part of it is this here. So if you can see, there's a bit of a shift in color here. I actually ran out of the kit thread. I think it was supposed to be stitched over one, but because I did it, sorry, I think it was supposed to stitch with one thread, but because I stitched it with two, it ate the thread up a lot. So I tried to order the another skein of it, but as you can tell, I guess the dye lot got me there. So unfortunately, it's a very noticeable, and it very much is noticeable on this video, the color shift. So I think I'm just going to unpick it and try and use a different part of the cord 4 threads and try and restitch it so it looks at least a bit more closer to the rest. And then the year 2020 was the year I met my, because it's Valentine's Day piece, I thought I'd be a bit of a nerd, and that's the year my partner and I met. So I thought I would put 2020 on there. So yeah, that's where that pattern, that new start's up to. And then last but not least, definitely not least, this is actually almost a finish, a start and finish. This was also my most recent Instagram post. So this next pattern is called Blossom Black and White Cow. Oh, and it is on who is it by? This is what it looks like when it's finished. And I can't tell you who it's by. Let me just see if I can. This is what it looks like when it's finished. So I'm stitching it on the 32 count Fabric of the Month by PaddockLaneDesigns. It is the same fabric as the Manhattan inside joke piece that I showed that I showed earlier. It is by Nathnolu, or Nathnolu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really sorry if I'm not. Or Nathnolu. No, it is Nathnolu. Okay. So this is what it looks like finished, and this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, this is almost like why it's almost a start and a finish. So everything is stitched cord 4 except the flowers. I've used my own conversion of over dyes. The pink is a Cottage Garden. The blue is a Gentle Arts, and then so is the orange. But other than that, the black is 310 and everything else is called for DMC. So this little Cornelius the cow I have named is, I started on the 10th of the 1st, 25, and I am currently 82.35% complete. I wanted to continue working on this for the rest of today, but I changed my mind, and I've decided to instead, now that I've got Dragonfly, go back to my Artsy Housewife and start to make some progress on finishing that frame. So that's what I was hoping. So that's today's Flosstube. I've been toying with the idea of being completely outrageous and doing 30 new starts. I'm counting Sweetheart Pocket and the Blossom Cow, Cornelius the cow, as 2 of the 30. Because I'm 30 this year, I thought, why not? It would be fun. I'm not going to try and do it before my 30th because I'm 30 in May. I probably have enough patterns to do some starts, but I don't necessarily want to continue with any of the patterns that I've bought. Not all of them, at least. So it might be, you might see a little extra video of 30 new starts for my 30th. It'd be really cool to talk about, even if I haven't actually started them, my planned sort of new starts. That's pretty much, I guess, where I'm at. It all might go to complete schmozzle when I go back to uni next month. So who knows? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for tuning in, for sitting with me as I babble. I hope the lighting works, and I'd like to see how the video turns out. If you have any questions at all, though, please DM me at Linen and Wattle on Instagram. I don't get notifications because I turn them off my phone, so if it takes me a while to reply, that's why. But if you have any questions, just send me a DM or comment on the video, and I will gladly respond when I can. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. It's a long weekend here in Australia, so I'm actually off tomorrow for work too, which is quite nice. To get the day off, not because of the colonization, and the reason for that is mass genocide. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I will catch you in the next video. See ya.